Yes.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a student dietitian from Buffalo State. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what brought you in today?
I'm having problems with the heartburn.
Heartburn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how long has this been going on?
Not that long. Probably I've only had like 3 episodes in 3 months, but I've never had anything like that before. It's never been a problem for me.
Okay, so just recently this has been going
Yes.
on. Okay.
Yes.
And how much do you know about heartburn or acid reflux? Are you very familiar with it? Did a doctor?
No, I'm
Okay.
not. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you'd like, I could explain it to you a little bit.
Yes, I would like that. I'd appreciate that.
Okay, so heartburn is pretty much the same thing as GERD, so gastroesophageal reflux disease. And basically, your esophagus, which is the tube that the food goes down and then it passes into your stomach. So, with heartburn, you have acid backing up into the esophagus. So, when it's coming back up here, that's why you're getting that burning feeling kind of near your heart right here.
Yes.
Right. And so there's a few reasons that can happen. Have you looked into that at all? Have you done any research on?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
You know, my husband gets heartburn, and he's told me the few things that bothers him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some
Okay.
of the different foods that bother him.
Okay. And so have you noticed foods that bother you?
I haven't really paid that much attention,
Okay.
to be honest with you, in that I'm not really sure what sets it off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need to kind of know what kind of foods would set it off.
Okay. So you would like me to explain that a little bit more for you about foods?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no specific diet for heartburn so it's not just right across the board. It's basically individually based. So some foods that cause heartburn for your husband may not cause heartburn for you. But with that in mind, there are a few things that I would recommend that you try to avoid.
Okay.
So those are foods that cause extra acid to be produced in your stomach,
Okay.
or for that lower esophageal sphincter that controls the acid, keeps it in your stomach. Some foods can weaken that sphincter and then cause the acid to come into your esophagus.
Oh, okay.
So the foods that we would recommend for you to avoid would be caffeine,
Mm-hmm.
chocolate, alcohol, and then high fatty foods. So those are the ones that most people seem to have trouble with.
Oh, okay.
So now that you're thinking, have you noticed any of those foods causing you trouble?
Well, I mean, I don't fry foods. I don't do that. I do drink coffee, though.
Okay.
Maybe 3 cups a day.
Okay.
Sometimes more.
Okay.
I don't know, the one time it was like ice cream, but I had a very stressful day that day.
Okay.
And it was like, went out for ice cream to, and before I even got home, it was, I started feeling the effects. I didn't know if it was the ice cream. I didn't know if it was the stress.
Right. So it sounds to me like the stress and possibly the dairy, right, could be causing some of your symptoms. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that day it was. But I don't know what else, but, probably like what you were saying.
Yeah. So also it sounds like maybe you have a little bit of trouble recalling the foods that may have caused it or keeping track of your foods. I'm wondering if there's a way that you could kind of keep track of those foods to see if you're having heartburn throughout the day with any of them.
Yeah, no, I could, but I don't know. I mean, it just it might not happen for another month, and then to, be writing all my foods down every day, I just don't see myself doing that.
Right. So is there anything else that you think you could do instead of maybe writing your foods down every single day? It sounds like you're real busy. So I'm wondering if there's anything else that you think you could do possibly to kind of keep track of those foods, or?
Well, I mean, I should have wrote down, like the ice cream and the stress. I remember that.
Okay.
maybe I should have wrote down like when I had it the other times. I
Oh,
could,
right.
that would definitely work if, I have the heartburn and then make sure I jot down like what I ate that day.
Right. I think that would be a great idea, and that would also save you some time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's definitely doable.
Okay, great. So I'm also thinking about, the foods that you eat and the foods that we had discussed that sometimes cause heartburn. Is there anything that you're thinking besides the dairy and the stress that could have caused the heartburn?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm still eating the way I've been eating for 3 months now, and yet I
And you've
haven't
been pretty
really
good.
changed my diet at all, and
Okay.
I've been okay for a while now.
Right. Okay. So thinking about the kind of goal that you set for yourself with maybe writing down those foods when you
Yes.
have a flare up.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's something that you would be willing to do?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, I'm not ready to make this change to write these foods down, and 10 being like, oh, I'm going to do this as soon as I get home, where do you think you are on that scale?
I don't know, probably like a 5.
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
great.
I'm willing to really pay attention to what I'm eating. Definitely, I can cut back on the dairy, and
Mhm.
I don't know. I like my coffee, but
Yeah.
there might be times where it's like, do I really need that coffee? No,
Right.
and to do that, that's
Yeah.
definitely I mean, I can do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds great. I mean, those sounds like you just set another goal for yourself, right? So it sounds
Yeah.
like you're saying that you're even willing to cut back on the coffee a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, that sounds
yes.
great. And just small changes. It's nothing huge overnight. It's just these little
Yeah.
steps, and hopefully they'll make a difference for you.
Yeah, and I mean, I took that over the counter, that Xanax and that.
Zantac. Hmm.
Yeah, I took that like the last time when
Okay.
I had that with me since I had those other episodes.
Right.
And I took that to, help like the last time that I had gotten it.
Right.
I originally started with that Prilosec, not realizing that wasn't like an instant relief kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking how the like you were saying with the Zantac. So maybe with these changes that you're making, maybe you won't even need to use the Zantac in the future. That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
definitely. Yeah, that would be a much better option.
Yeah,
than
definitely.
taking, I don't want to I don't take that many I don't take any drugs,
Mhm.
prescription or anything.
Right.
And I really don't want to have to rely on something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right. So do you have any other questions for me, or anything else I can do for you today? Nothing?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I think you've answered all my questions. Thank
Okay,
you.
well thank you for coming in.
Thank you, I appreciate